It's not about other people. Your life is your life. If your goal is to go live in a fucking forest and start a family and worship one branch on a tree, and you go do that, you're successful. You live the life that you want to live. It doesn't matter if other people say you're poor as shit. You live in a forest, that's the worst thing in the world. Who cares? Testes, testes, 1, 2. Testes, testes, 1, 2. Okay, I think we're good. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are, doesn't matter. The reason we're going to be talking about success today is because someone messaged me on Instagram. I'm not going to disclose too much information, but this person was telling me that they felt like they weren't going to amount to anything and that everyone around them was doing better than them. Quote unquote, doing better than them. What does that mean? I don't know because this person hasn't messaged me back yet. But I want to kind of redefine how we look at success for ourselves because success should be different for everyone. We're not robots. There's no one definition of success. And success for someone else is not going to look like success for you. So I'm going to give you some things that you could use to maybe redefine success for yourself. The first one's really simple. Are all of your needs met? Do you have something to eat every day? Do you have somewhere that you can stay if you need to? That's not a shot if you don't have those things, but it's a way that you can look at success. We live in a very advanced world now, and so maybe we look down on people that live simply, but everyone doesn't want mansions. Everyone doesn't want to be the CEO of Amazon, right? Some people literally want to make it day by day, and if that's what you want to do, that's perfectly okay. If that's actually what you want to do. So that's the first thing. Are your needs met? If your needs are met, that might be a way that you look at success. The next thing I would say is balance, right? If you maybe make $1 million, but you feel burnt out all the time, you feel like you're lost in life, and you just have a shit ton of money, I don't really think that's considered success. Not to me anyways. So if you maybe don't make the most money, but you have time to spend with your family, you have time to do the things that you want to do, you're not worried about being evicted constantly, things like that. Maybe that is a way that you can look at success. The next thing I would say is being able to feel grateful. Kind of tying it to the last thing. It doesn't matter what you have if you if you don't feel grateful for it, right? So you can have all the things in the world, but if you feel like you still haven't done enough, you feel like there's other people that are still ahead of you, you will never feel successful. So that's why you don't base your success on physical things or monetary values, because there's always more to be made, and that's really not what life is about. So next one, learning. Do you learn something new every day? Are you constantly evolving and improving yourself? If you do that, I think you're successful. Next thing, standing up for your beliefs. If you strongly believe in something, whatever that is, even if I don't agree with it, if you stand up for that every day, if you don't let people push you around, I think you're living your life successfully on your own terms. You could be. Hopefully those aren't hateful beliefs, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Next thing, if you have circumstances, disabilities, other things that are working against you, and you're not letting those things define you and stop you from living a life that you want to live, I would say that you are living your life successfully. And one of the last things that I want to touch on is, I don't like to use the word destiny, but I can't think of a better word, but we'll just say fate. Some things are out of your control. You could have wanted to be a billionaire, but there's too many things working against you, and it's just not going to happen. But if you put in all the effort that you could have put in to be a billionaire, then you're living your life successfully. There's literally nothing that you can do outside of giving 100% effort. Now, that's not to tell you to make excuses for why you couldn't reach it, but as long as you're pushing to reach that goal that you have, whatever that goal is, I think that you're living life successfully. And like I said before in the beginning, I think a lot of people base their success on other people, and they base it on timelines. Like, oh, I haven't graduated college, and my friends graduated college yesterday, so I'm a failure. Like, no, bro, you can go back to college at any time. You can graduate college late. You don't have to go to college. And I fell into those traps before too. If you don't know who I am, I got kicked out of college when I was 20 from a very prestigious institution. And, I saw my friends graduating from college a year or two later. And I felt pretty worthless, to be honest. I'm like, damn, like, they're throwing their degrees and their hats up in the air. Or is it just the hats? See, I don't even know because I didn't get to do it. But, yeah, it was a tough time for me. But after I got over it, other things in my life fell into place. And now I'm not just saying this, I am genuinely happy that I didn't graduate from that school and that my life went in the direction that it did. Who knows what mental headspace I would be in if I stayed there, if I graduated. I ended up going to another institution, graduating from there later, almost 4 years later even. So that just makes my point. Now that I have the degree, I don't even give a shit about it. But just the fact that I was reaching for it and I didn't get it and my friends had theirs, it just made me feel horrible. But that's because I was looking at them. I wasn't looking at me. So use that as a lesson. Focus on yourself. If you are taking steps to improve, even if you have setbacks, it doesn't matter. You go the next day. As long as you take a step forward every single day, you're living your life successfully. And taking a step forward doesn't exactly mean getting a result either. So, this is hard to explain. It's hard to say what I'm thinking, but I'm going to use exercise as an example because it's super easy. Me working out hard does not mean that I put good numbers on the weights. It doesn't mean that I had a good run. It means that I put effort into the run. That's taking a step forward. It doesn't have to actually be a good result that day. It's the fact that I tried to get a good result and I didn't just say, oh, I can't do it, or it's going to be too hard. You can say that stuff, but you still need to take that step forward, right? So, to sum all of this up, define success for yourself and not by the way others get whatever they want. It's not about other people. Your life is your life. If your goal is to go live in a fucking forest and start a family and worship one branch on a tree, and you go do that, you're successful. You live the life that you want to live. It doesn't matter if other people say you're poor as shit. You live in a forest, that's the worst thing in the world. Who cares? Who cares? You know those people that you see like, oh man, if someone's going to be watching this and they're going to be like, oh man, I do that. But you know those people that like collect fucking moths in cases or like collect whatever, and you're just like, that's really fucking weird. You know what? They don't give a shit. You call them socially awkward, you call them whatever you want to call them, but they're just living their life and they're happy. Like, that's success. Who gives a shit what other people think? And it's really easy to say that. We all care about what other people think to an extent. It's different caring a little bit and living your life based on that. If you allow what you think is success to be changed by what other people say, you're going to have a horrible time in life because, like I said, it won't matter what you do. You're always going to feel unsuccessful. Someone's always going to be like, well, you're not as rich as this guy. Well, you didn't do as much as this guy. You didn't blah, blah, blah. You didn't donate this much money. You know what I mean? So who cares? Define success for yourself. Go after that thing. Try your best to reach it. If you don't reach it, who cares? You tried your best. At the end of the day, trying your best is success. That's the biggest takeaway from this, okay? Whew. That was a little bit longer than the other videos, I think. I got a pretty good internal time clock that felt longer. But it was a deeper topic. This topic means more to me. And I hope the person that messaged me on Instagram, I hope they see this video. They didn't message me back. I'm a little bit worried, to be honest. But hopefully they see it. Hopefully that helps them. Hopefully it helps anyone else that may be struggling with feeling unsuccessful. Take a step forward. Have a good day.